Right. We think we're working. We hope we're working. That's been a bit of a mission. It's only taken me 45 minutes to get the live streaming sorted out. So, welcome to the channel. And we're going to play a few games of Fortnite tonight. Have a bit of fun. And basically see what happens. What's the worst thing that can happen after spending 45 minutes trying to get the thing to work in the first place? So, yeah. So anyway, this is our little YouTube channel. What we're going to do, a few games, have a bit of fun, talk about the new season, and yeah, it's going to be good. Right. So let's just get straight into a couple of games, and we'll see what we can do. So yeah, so if you are watching it live, if you do watch it live, I appreciate it's late. It's 1 o'clock in the morning in England. So if you're watching it live, welcome. If you're not going to watch it live and you're just going to come across it on the internet, then yeah, give the channel a like and a subscribe. It's new. We're trying to get this growing, so that'd be quite nice. But yeah, so the new season came out about a week ago. Lots of new changes to the map, lots of new changes to the weapons. Some good, some bad, if I'm honest. Well, in my opinion anyway. I know a lot of streamers have covered loads and loads of stuff off about the new season already, but it is quite interesting to see some of how the map is going to change over the time of the seasons come in, and also how people manage to make the most of the new weapons that are in the maps and things like that. There's some new mythic weapons that have turned up that I'm sure everyone's seen by now. So down in Catty Corner where you find Kit, which is Meowscles' kitten. You got this mythic child shotgun and this impulse grenade launcher. Everyone seems to go here. Everyone seems to want to go for this gun. Interestingly, I've won. Not brilliant in this game by any stretch, as you're about to see. But I've won maybe 4 or 5 games so far this season, and I'm yet to actually come across the grenade launcher in a fight. So although everyone seems to be going for it, I'm not sure how much of an impact it's really having. You've got in the middle, which was the agency, which is now the authority, that's got the drum gun still, although that's been heavily nerfed from what Midas did have, and it now has this weird sort of Batman grappler mashup. Okay, why is there never a gun when I want to land somewhere? So there's this weird mashup of that. So you get a grappler now. Okay, there's someone over here. I want to get this done quickly before he kills me. Okay, he's above my head. We're in trouble. He just sweats straight away. Even sweats. Where'd he go? He's done a runner. Yeah, so this new grappler thing that people have got going on at the moment. There's people everywhere. Go away, go away, go away, go away. Yeah. I told you I wasn't very good at this, didn't I? Oh, that bloody skin. I hate that skin. I don't know what that skin is. If anybody can tell me what that skin actually is. Because anybody who seems to think they're some super duper player uses that skin and it drives me insane. Yeah, so you got this John gun thing that still seems to be quite good. And down on the Fortilla, which you now find in the bottom left of the map, you've got this mythic burst, which has been nerfed down anyway. So it's a little bit of a cheap mythic, really, because that's the burst now only do 2 shots instead of 3. And LEA, quite a well-known streamer, did some analysis on all of these things, and it's actually slightly worse than the old gold, the old sort of legendary burst would be, purely because you've lost the clip, so you're only doing two instead of 3, and that comes with a never-ending chug jug, which on the face of it does look good. I'm not sure how viable that is end game, if I'm honest with you. You're not going to get time. I mean, you're not getting time at the start of the game to med up, let alone at the end of the game when people are pressing you. I don't think you're going to get 15 seconds to use a chug jug. So, you know what I mean? I think Epic have done their best to add some more content into the game in that respect. I don't think they've done a particularly good job. And when you compare the actual areas in the game, i.e. Catty Corner, Authority, and the Fortilla, compared to the Grotto of old, even the Yacht, you had, if you play a lot of squads, you had much more in the way of loot for 4 people. Whereas now, you're landing on one of these purely for everybody to scramble for 2 weapons. It just simply doesn't go around. So I'm kind of hoping that Epic pick up on that and actually do give a little bit more variety. But then as the water recedes in the map as it's supposed to later on down the season, then with a bit of luck, some more of the little henchman areas might pop up, and you might be able to go somewhere else to get yourself some decent weapons. Certainly, if there's arena duos or. Well, not arena because there's no henchmen and stuff, but certainly with squads, when there's 4 of you, and if like me you play with your kids on a regular basis, then you know the argument over the guns. So if you're landing on one POI and there's only one mythic gun at that place, then But anyway, there's enough of that. So obviously the rest of changes on the map, obviously a lot of water. And the sharks. So, speaking of Bruce, here he is. And yeah, I mean the sharks will quite happily eat you, which is quite an interesting little feature. And you can use them to attack people. You can use them to go through builds, and I think they're going to be the biggest addition with these things and bananas and cabbages and all sorts of things that you can now actually carry around with you on the map, which is quite useful. One thing I've noticed a lot of, which you're going to see a lot of in these games, grey guns everywhere. There seems to be a lot of grey guns at the moment, and the map seems to be flooded with them, although you still can't get them out of chests, I understand. So that's actually not a bad thing, because the last thing you want to do is get a grey gun out of a chest. Okay, don't really want to die because of you. These things are actually quite brutal now. They're always brutal. Oh, sweat. So frustrating. Can't even move now without being pummeled from across the map. So yeah, but it'd be interesting. It'd be nice to see people's thoughts and feelings on the new map, on the new game, and changes. So I would say if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. You're going to be new to the channel because it's a new channel. So yeah, it'd be nice for you to give us a like, have a subscribe, let us know what your thoughts and feelings are over the new game, and yeah, it should be quite good. Hopefully it will be quite good. Here we go, there's another why can't aim assist work like that when you're... okay, he's swimming. Oh, it's him. Yeah, why doesn't aim assist work like that when you're in the middle of a fight, eh? So, yeah, let us know what you like about Fortnite. What you want Epic to add, what you want Epic to change. I still don't have a shotgun, and I'm pretty sure there's a player over here. So we're gonna have a look. Yeah, certainly a player knocking about down there somewhere. Someone who has a shotgun. I'm not shy. I do not mind camping and sniping someone in the back of the head when they're not looking. Where is he? Oh, is he? So yeah, I mean, if you've got any good hints, hints and tips on stuff. He knows I'm here, doesn't he? He does know I'm here. Where's he gone? He's on there now. Agent Jones. Oh, he knows where I am. Yeah, so sweats. I dread to think what some of the youngsters feel about this game. As you get on and get absolutely totally ruined by people, and there we go. I'll try this again. So I wasn't sure whether or not tonight. I never play this time of night, to be honest with you. I was supposed to be playing well early, but yeah. So it was supposed to be well, a good hour or so ago. I was supposed to start this stream. I've had all sorts of technical problems this evening, but it's going to take some time for us to get all this sorted out, I'm sure. I'm also on TikTok, so we're going to be posting some stuff onto TikTok as well. It's not just going to be Fortnite. We're going to be playing. We're going to be playing things like Minecraft Dungeons. Just to give a little bit of variety on the channel. There's so much Fortnite about these days. But yeah, I was a little bit disappointed with Epic and the way they've done some of the things on here at the moment. Skill-based matchmaking seems to be incredibly broken. I'm not in any way, shape or form a great player, as you can tell, and you're being bundled in with some very, very good players. So it does seem to be very, very heavily mixed, which is quite difficult, and they are kind of a long way behind, I think, sort of places like Call of Duty. But then it's a relatively new game compared to Call of Duty. I mean, this is only 3 years old, I think, something like that. And still, for me, is by far and away the best sort of the shooting genre that you can get. out there at the moment. I know plenty of people disagree with that, but for the casual gamer, you know, I mean, the kids obviously love it, and even for the casual gamer, it's relatively easy to pick up and start playing straight away. Yet very, very technical and difficult to master, which I think is quite the mark of a good video game. And I think Epic have done a great job, considering the game is, let's be honest, if you don't really want to put any money into it, the game is free. So let's have a look. This thing, yeah, there we go, this charged shotgun. So Epic have bought this in and got rid of the pump. Wasn't particularly a big fan of the pump, purely because, again, I'm not particularly very good at the moment. So, you know, I much prefer a tactical shotgun, because it just gives me much more... Where are you going? Where did you go? Down there. Gives me much more in the way of... and... yeah, so it gives me much more in the way of just being much happier with what's going on with the whole thing. Oh, so aim assist is another thing which is seriously nerfed. I mean, look at that. I mean, I'm not even sure he aimed then. Where did that come from? Ah, yeah, gold Midas, so that would make perfect sense. That's probably why I didn't realise that geezer was shooting at me. So yeah, going back to the charged shotgun, I can't quite work out if it's ever going to be any good. It's just too slow. I mean, if you're a very good player, or you know you're a good player and you know what you're doing, it's going to have its uses. But I think if you're an average player, I think the tactical shotgun is just going to be way, way, way better for you. Plus, you can hear that charged shotgun from miles, and when you've got it charged up, you can't build, you can't protect yourself in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah, it's an odd weapon for me, but I do love the fact that they've brought in a host more stuff that you can use. The P90 is back, which is good. Rocket launchers can be found a bit easier on the ground again. Hunting rifles back in, sniper rifles back in, that kind of stuff, which is really, really, really decent. So it gives you much more in the way of variety, which the last season was definitely crying out for. I mean, the last season it was almost as if you was like, right, I've got 3 guns. Let's just stop looking for others because we're just not going to find them. Yeah, this is much more fun, and the utility is there as well. Obviously, being able to ride sharks is awesome. You can make sharks eat people. You can even use sharks to carry stuff. If you actually do feed the shark, and that sounds a bit daft, but you can actually feed the sharks, and they will carry whatever you feed them. And then when you finish with them, you can shoot the sharks and get your loot back, which I'm not sure too many people know about. Again, I was watching an LEA clip today actually, and it was showing us how to do that, so that was actually quite interesting. Let's see if I can last more than one person this time. And this is how variable this is. I mean, I've won 2 games this evening, and as you can see, 2-3 games of not getting past top 70. It's really changeable, and I do think that's just down to skill-based matchmaking being completely broken. If I'm perfectly honest with you. At a case in point, I got killed yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Someone was cranking. It was like I was playing Ninja himself. It was cranking everywhere, top, down, up, down, left, right. Built me into a box in seconds, and so much so that I was curious, and I thought to myself, I'll have a look. I don't know if you're aware of Fortnite Tracker. You can go onto Fortnite Tracker, and you can actually track. You can actually track people, check their progress out and have a look at, look up your friends, and if your friends are telling you that they're winning tons of games, you can call them a liar, because you can actually go onto their profile. So it's called FortniteTracker.com, and so yeah, I went in Fortnite Tracker because I was curious, because this player was very, very good, and according to his profile, he'd only actually won 6 games. Played 6 games, sorry, not even won 6 games. So he'd only ever played 6 games. So what's actually happening now is people are, because the game's getting difficult, and it is, you can find those information all over the place, people complaining that Fortnite has become quite a hard game to play. People are creating alt accounts now just so they can go on and basically have an easier game if they just fancy just having a bit of fun. So you're now getting very good players using very low accounts, which I think Epic does need to address. Not for people like myself, but I can imagine, the younger generation who just want to get on and play a bit of Fortnite, running into these people. And it'll ruin the game. It'll ruin the game for them. And the younger people are the ones that obviously quite clearly are going to be the next ninja. They are going to be the next person that, does this kind of stuff, gets on YouTube, actually does win a game or two, and maybe builds a bit of a fan base, and they're going to be the ones that Epic want to encourage and not discourage, I suppose. But hiding in a hole. I'm running my live chat off my mobile phone at the moment, so if anybody is actually looking, commenting, or whatever, I will check it as much as I can. At the moment, there is absolutely nobody, and I'm jabbering away to myself. But early doors and all that. Right, let's get over here. Be interesting to hear from people who are playing mouse and keyboard as well. I think there's a lot of controller players at the moment, and I'm not just talking PC controller players. So PlayStations, Xboxes, there's a lot of very, very good players out there that are now using these platforms. And yeah, come say hi, come tell us how you're doing. What annoys you, what you like, what you're loving about the game. Alright, let's have a look. Let's see who's down here. Let's see if we can... Oh, that's interesting. Where did that come from? That came from there. Oh! See, that's the worst thing in the world. Oh, so how does that happen? That's quite clearly there. Get out of it. Good. Someone else is shooting. You can deal with him. Where's he going? It's underneath here. Oh, look, I should have brought grenades with me. I could have. Oh, get out of it. Lost sight of him now. Right, I've had enough fighting up here. Let's get involved. We'll probably lose, but what's the worst that can happen? Oh, legendary. Ow. How do people find this stuff? How do people just find this stuff? I lost a person who doesn't even know a henchman chest works. That's just painful. I'm going to make this the one last game and a little quick stream tonight, so yeah, it wasn't quite so long, but getting tired. And we'll hopefully do some more streaming tomorrow. Have a little bit more fun with it tomorrow, because it seems like this time of night is just full of serious gamers and it's not much fun getting cranked on the minute you land and somebody building towers around you and stuff like that. So, I don't agree with the term tryhards. Purely because people are, people should be able to just do what they want to do and try as hard as they can to go. Just hoping that I was obviously get a little bit better at it would be nice. But let's have a bit of fun. Let's drop at the authority. Let's just see what's going on here. Well, this water was actually amazing. Actually, it was actually quite good. It does give you a serious, different dimension to the game. As to how you got to play it. Don't really see a lot of people utilising the sharks, if I'm honest with you. More just people avoiding them. Okay. There's no point in going there. Okay, not good. Welcome to Aim Assist on PC. What is the point? Right, that'll be me done for this evening. Thanks for watching. Sorry it was completely rubbish for the first time, but we're going to get better. And we're going to keep streaming, and hopefully we can win some more games again for you. thanks all. Hopefully, like and subscribe, and hopefully you'll see us getting better as the weeks and that go on. Cheers, guys. Bye.